Maneva na say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Amaliba be queen you. All right, Amaliba kwa ba next time.
They don't email me here na way.
Yeah, we just say radio don bibia boko. Where you books and was say you tablets. Hey.
Yes, you see.
Near the information kwano.
Obi ne kan, we are ambassadors of the party.
Okay.
We say Adia ma MPP for ho chiro mo no branding. Branding.
All right.
Intellectually they are bankrupt. Incapable of branding them intellectually.
And then Monday
Mahupa, and secondly, Ebano or more Crawford, look at the way they appear.
Oh, patron. Appearance is there.
Oh, it's
some are deceptive and
you're deceptive.
It's also a choice. It's a choice.
And your choice.
It's a choice. At Appearance is a choice.
I disagree with you.
Hey,
I disagree entirely.
I didn't hear.
So didn't just say because of the way I look.
Why you now?
For all you know, maybe 3 days in Minidi.
So it's your
but
choice.
You won't see what is in my tummy. But you look at my appearance. And appearance, my food well, a certain bodies come with age. And you know that. Yeah, so they will continue to struggle. And as someone who represents largest political movement in Africa like NDC, may underestimated the way I appear. Because I'm not here in my capacity as a Amaliba, but I am here as a rep of the NDC,
that's right.
Speaking for government. And to whom I must reflect a certain kind of class, even if I don't belong there.
Amaliba. Right, so begin off and now pay with a sorry, the front page of the Daily Graphic. I'll say ENP unveils Daman development plan, airport, roads, health facilities among blueprints for enclave. A bit of a read says the chief executive officer of Jata Group Holdings Limited, the parent company of engineers and planners, Ibrahim Mahama, has unveiled an ambitious and far-reaching development agenda for the Daman enclave, saying the takeover of the mine will also serve as a catalyst for infrastructural transformation and community development. It will represent a bold demonstration of Ghanaian capacity in large-scale resource management. Speaking at the handing over ceremony of the Daman mine in the Western region to EMP at the weekend, Mr. Mahama outlined plans that will extend well beyond gold extraction, including investments in roads, healthcare, sports, infrastructure, and an airport to reposition the area as a thriving economic hub. So now, say no, ya brena say with this takeover. Amaliba, how do you see that deal? As it was sealed on Saturday.
Don't I mean chairman Tifubio. Chairman paying for you and I pay. I mean chairman boss Sammy Jimfi, Bibia. At Andra, that was another 3 days ago. A brana hadn't over my person. Though my team could be, but me share videos sooner or later on social media and other platforms. And I read a series of publications now. Mamunianum blog say at the bar out. Now, Metie Ibrahim Mahama, the CEO of the originator of engineers and planners, Jata Holdings, NABBA. What day in the companies about Bedrunwa. I was so glad to hear the kind of things he said there.
Power the fam.
You don't see
Maliba.
Ghana, ya catch you on your P. But for me, I see this period as a rebirth of Ghana economic independence. I use the word a rebirth because after the deposition of Kwame Nkrumah from office, Okotna Guinea, and I recall in one of his addresses through from Conakry, voice from Conakry, if you recall those series na Kwame Nkrumah at the brain. He mentioned that by 1972 Ghana should have attained economic independence. 1966 political independence, 1972 economic independence. What it means therefore was that the resources that Onyankopon dia domiano from gold to cocoa, from cocoa to bauxite, manganese, diamond, etc., was say Ghana for developing the capacity to mine those resources and manage them. So there be the process and the benefit no ebeka kruma. From colonialism all the way to the days of Ghana's independence, almost 70 years ago, till today, we've not been able to maximize the profit that we're supposed to get out of our resources. My mom, classical example, the benefit a bit if these things are done and done well. You say President Mahama ba abem 1.5, almost 1.5 year ni. You say buying kobo so mama. Timampini Mahama ne toa oko ewo northern region. Okasa ewo tamale osiden. Abanya atwemu no ekoji sika 277 million euros. So commode baye Tamale Township Water Project. But esan domestic debt exchange program are binding in Tiko shame because of mismanagement.
Power FM.
And the declaration of Ghana as a bankrupt nation. Countries are not pay some money from Hono. Omo hold us back. So until this agreement are full exhausted, they cannot bring out any more resources or money. They cannot give more money to the government. Some say, and more code the Maya in Kebingum. President Mahama say, Wakache the finance minister out of Yaye Botum. Ye be ye sa 277 million euros no. And they acquire the water project e Watamali. Yaye Sika ya enye bosia. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And one will ask, why is President Mahama getting this money for all this kind of projects? Look at the big push. 10 billion US dollars investment into infrastructure, mainly roads. Are you surprised that roads development are going all over the country and more are coming? Well, it is as a result of the management of only one resources, in this case gold, through the gold board, that is giving us all this quantum resources are buying before then. Gold were being smuggled and taken out of your shores. Yeah, Ghana, yeah, yam for Sobian film. Obeko a books mono, see a ship gold maybe $2 billion over the previous year. But Obeko outside no more recorded over 10 billion. And you ask yourself, say, other that excess of 8 billion now fine channel, one ho and echo. A man for the deal Ghana watch. And the demand is not exception. And until engineers and planners. Eyi omuti se ombetimi aye no ampa ombetimi aye nso ampa say diamond gold no mo no mutu ema gold fields. They only own the concession as a result of agreement between Womo and the government of Ghana. But it's about the technical work, the engineering work to extract the gold from the underground. Engineers and planners and and I am glad when Mr. Ibrahim Mahama disclosed that during the previous government, or approaching former President Akufo-Addo, and Akufo-Addo government gave him the vital document to begin the negotiations and conversations a leading to the acquisition of the mine. Look, say they are leak on you, I don't care what kind of cat, the color of the cat. If it can catch mice, I'm okay. Me found any power to gold no. So long as we Ghana in India, me okay. I am very much okay. So Didon, I am not surprised that Ibrahim Mahama Ejan and Naso a cancer no Eddie Achre as the this year more than my ene and potemu hofo. Because one kayim poye. Neka Ibrahim Mahama, we are talking about a philanthropic individual who is so selfless that he shares beyond bounds. It doesn't matter who you are. Once you are Ghanaian, he supports you. We are told that President Akufo-Addo, when he was in opposition as opposition leader, once upon a time and throughout that period, the medical bills were being paid by Mahama. No one have refuted that. MPP ministers, even when they were in power and they were more opposition, they are eating from Ibrahim Mahama's bowl.
Sir?
Yes.
MPP for
They are eating from his bowl. executive some corn ho ekojiska maybe buga on ka. Yes, maybe you might not be one of them, which I'm not privy to. But even if you're one of them, I wouldn't be surprised because Ibrahim Mahama is so he's a fantastic guy and philanthropic that even though Sabio Blue Yado, then sample shop wanting so for so how much more wow you know. Don't worry. So Chairman, don't feel ashamed. No, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Let us be proud that Ghana ni to good. No. In any case, Gabi and I want to compensate EMP no Mojia. I will clap for him. Yes, sentiment obedient to our company like EMP, no so Jaya, me bombing some mano. But now as we speak, when preparations meet opportunity, success is inevitable.
Hey, when preparations meet opportunity,
exactly,
success is inevitable.
Ibrahim Mahama from the early 90s were building a basin. So Oka mining giant in Africa. Oka first three EMP HMB. You get that? So Oka first three no Shimbia 1 and 2 and sure Abeya 1. Look at South Africa. Abeya mine is Pretoria, Johannesburg. Because of Sika Omutuni Nano Ekakrumo. For me, Ibrahim Mahama has set the tone for a new rebirth of Ghana's economic independence. I wish to see more of his kind emerging.
Power FM.
I wish to see plenty of Ibrahim Mahama emerging. So that engineers are yet trained from UMAT and other institutions, they will work there. In fact, it was a deliberate choice from President Mahama. So in a big push, he will not award a single project for an expatriate company or contractor. Contractors in and the president himself shared a heartwarming experience about visiting some of the contractors, now young engineers, and even what makes it so beautiful is girls from university as engineers were supervising those projects. You don't obi your mind my yen a bit my yankasa you crew. And I'm not surprised that Daman will be Johannesburg of Ghana in the next few years. They're going to get an airport. Within the next 6 months, it will happen, which means by the end of the year, you can fly from Accra to Damai. Eben see that.
Power FM.
And by the next maximum 2026, 7-8 ending from Damai to Cape Coast, you drive on a concrete road. You are speaking about a man who owns a cement company. You so by a concrete roader, he knows what he's talking about. So they don't. For me, as I sit here, I can only feel happy as a Ghanaian and wish Ibrahim Mahama well and pray that that's a bimbrabium. So there will be a time where go that ye to a cromano, near more than your muninko, the ambrofo we are kono. Those days must be long gone over and over and over and over. Makano baby, the Makano habium. Seeing more of Ibrahim Mahama, do you know what that means? Yanko Bobo seeing our IMF bium, Mamma ridiculous conditions or conditionalities. We have our own entrepreneurs, we have our own corporations, we have our own businessmen who are making the money in any case. US and other countries, do you know how much Newmont is making out of Ghana? Do you know how much Anglo Gold Ashanti in Obuasi is making out of our territories? They give us a peanut. Obuasi Krona, it is virtually a dead town because gold in the hold Obuasi. Anglo Gold mining above from Obuasi nearly collapsed. All these areas, cocoa producing areas, have you been able to build a single cocoa processing plant until the leadership of Dr. Randiabe emerged, which is now going into investment in those areas by empowering local raw material, cocoa processing companies. So President Mahama has a certain vision and he's lifting the bar. And that bar can only be sustained by the next NDC government, which will take over from him. Which I believe Ghana for him, because we have come to appreciate Abanye Bakunyomwa Esum, Abanye Bakunyomwa. And here Nyoma ede home ahoto ene mroye ebeba nipa stream. Look, there cannot be a single reason why you must live in Ghana and be poor. MPP used this as their campaign message in the year 2000 that Ghana is not a poor country, but Ghana is poor because of bad leadership. I agree with them. When they came to power, example, Bono Mujaye.
Right.
Well, 2000 out the way to 2009, you move from mem, or 2009, if you may, 2016 or 17 to 2024, yeah, move from them, and you can look at those periods. They preaches virtues and practices vices, directly the opposite of the things they say. And then, after your marking, 13 judges, that tables will turn. Or can't ask them to and check, and Governor Dame, so need the Sobetum say the behavior of certain judges is lowering the reputation of the judiciary. And this year, this is a man not too long ago. It is part of the national issues we are discussing. I am boxing it. I am boxing the matter.
You don't box it on your own. You ain't boxing it. You want to box. I don't know. Because
okay, that's fine. Okay, that's okay. I've taken the cue from you. I've taken the cue from you. You get it? So, like I've said before,
a great professor,
I agree with you.
I agree with you. He's a great professor.
But I agree with. I know. But say I agree with the how do you call it? The objection you have raised.
No problem.
But we are looking forward to see a better Ghana, where every graduate will get a job to do.
And then you're near him for because I'm not saying go first. What that no? Omo ye bogo sutu dama crime. In the over 30 years of operations, no. Omunya kra no munya scholarships about 805. Omunya inputs for a Greek. Omunya graduate trainees. Omunya local content. Ade ahemfo ne hwehwe ne se committee no mo beto no. Ese ye de nananom bi etoso. Ene na be mo so ahunu mu. No mo matumi apre ye e de am mo manfo. Ohene ne kasa onhu ne san chief of Amwanda.
On fume cry.
Okay.
And Nana, I can assure you.
Good.
With Ibrahim Mahama as a lead character of this whole transaction,
Thank you.
Your expectation will be met.
Amaliba,
In fact, beyond what you are dreaming of, and the well-being of your people,
thank you,
will surely be done.
Of course.
Na asidano akanyankopon na ni munyam no so aye Ghana dia.
Chairman Akwaba net saying
you don't, madam.
Chairman Akwaba.
Yeah, that's a pass say phobia we not bread my topic you wanted to touch on.
Let me say this briefly. Listening to
Chairman.
Me who baby
Matter no topic.
I'm sure you can say no ya say jato Kumasi KJTR market.
Hey, NDC. La ilaha illallah.
Jato Jomo and NDC.
Plain kase menati to say just NDC.
Na videos never no eni enyan e wusi enam KJTR mall hono. Enye nipe dwane. All right. So asuma me Amaliba meet you.
Yes, I could not get Niti any 79 on one breath. Akufo-Addo was the hallmark of the Damine takeover by EMP, which indeed Mr. Ibrahim Mahama acknowledged. Abrana or address a Jabwa or boy for the takeover.
Yeah, we are near the time so kakra.
Yeah,
radio adwuma no.
Whilst at the same time, also NDC is a hypocrite because yeah the good ama mine the concession ama.
Yes, sir.
But Chairman,
let me correct this now. I said no. I can't let you lie on me because no.
So what did you say?
I said NDC are hypocrites because today John Mahama brother is Ibrahim Mahama that they have given their mining to him. Everybody is quiet. They say it's normal. If it is NPP today that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Ediama Gabi Otio Daku Anabedia they will hypocrisy no and Kombeba be kasa. That is what I said.
Okay, sure.
The time will have to give it to me.
Amaliba Yonko.
But I have some Korana Woka. It's the same thing. Ibrahim Mahama is not a politically exposed person. No. all these individuals they are politicians. But for Kufuor's assumption into office as president, where were they? But this is a man who was born in Bra from the very beginning of his life, being a key industry player, not only in Ghana but Africa. Do you know how Ibrahim Mahama suffered when the NPP came to power? Should we discuss it as a topic for the day for us? Was it airport no Ibrahim Mahama ABC no? Airport no a part of the gold, or it's part of the agreement?
Yes.
Anyway, is it the first time? Federal gold for so hot for the last 30 years. Omo gold no much for him for. No the four poor say if free that mine on their back cry. And then moti and so the bank cry Ibrahim. So if it was part of it, why didn't they do it? So that issue is moot. God for damn the behavior of some judges, dented the image of the judiciary. Who is talking? The judges shopper. A lawyer who shop for judges. Under Mampine Kufuor, or treated the Constitution of Ghana, the provisions of the Constitution, like a restaurant menu. He picked what he wants and skipped those he doesn't like. That was how he treated the Constitution of Ghana. In any case, Nipa Okasei, one more time, and a final marking. A court, Anapa, not any court too. Like the High Court, you can get. The High Court is mostly presided by a single judge or a sole judge sitting on the case. When you go to the appeals court, it can be 3 or it can be 5. Same at the Supreme Court. There can be a sole judge sitting on the matter, or 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. Depending on the gravity of the issue that the court is to consider. Or Supreme Court, Ahanapa, 8 o'clock. Okunyane, Madam Tokonu, Chief Justice at the time. By year 12, not the original the amano no oko. Obi can say the behavior of the judiciary is a threat to democracy in Ghana. Obi Kanyana. Nobody said anything. Just or say Godfrey Damia Oka say he enjoyed it. It was normal under them. Look, using and weaponizing the judiciary against political opponents. One of the are the power. It's not the same MPP. At the time, the SHधेNCKER case was pending before the appeals court, where there was a constitutional matter to determine by the Supreme Court, a substantive application was pending there. Chachu went to court for a hearing. Meanwhile, the council unnotified judge say or call out of the jurisdiction for medical reasons. Oniho Obeba later. The judge called the case. Chachu went and instantly he was jailed. That very day, to the surprise of many in the courtroom. Before then, when the issue of the legality of High Court, how do you call it? The first High Court was challenged. And Chachu won the case. President Kufuor far back in Singapore, as I okay, or since ruling way cannot stand or bar, he will change it.
Right.
Or they just a friend of Ekotana. You are complaining. About vindictiveness. One of you vindictive. Justice Jamafe, a senior most judge, sat on the High Court, the appeals court bench for many years. He was qualified to go to the Supreme Court. They never promoted him there. Same as Justice Dennis. He was part of the panel. Yes, he was part of a panel. In fact, he presided. He presided over the panel, overturning the appeals. SHधेNCKER appeal. He presided that panel. Because of that reason, Justice Jamafe born here and say 2014. Or the same World Cup issue, he sat on that commission of inquiry because they upheld the law at a given point of their judicial career. When they were qualified to be taken to the Supreme Court, DPP denied them. So for people like this, parading themselves and speaking in this manner, I think General Legal Counsel should call these guys for further reasons and should be dealt with according to the law, because you cannot threaten judges in this country. Ghana doesn't belong to the MPP. It belongs to all of us.
Thank you.
And every Ghanaian have the right for fair hearing and fair judgment by the court. Anything below that or anything beyond that is a travesty of justice, and nobody can coerce the judiciary into submission in this country. It shouldn't happen, and we must never allow that.
Now, but when the cleric and the young coho,
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.